Okay, looking good. Yep, you got it.
2014 BMW i3 needs an alignment. The tire wear is uneven, which is a clue, and additionally the steering wheel is not straight when you're driving straight. So we'll go ahead and align this car. We're using a Hunter alignment rack, which is the industry standard.
The first thing I'm going to do is inflate the tires to the number that's written inside the door jamb. If you go ahead and try and align a car without inflating the tires properly, you are wasting your time. The car will lean and all the numbers will be erroneous. Now for the system to see your car and its wheels and measure the angles, you need a sensor on there, so that's what I'm mounting, are the wheel sensors. Raising the car up here, get it to a comfortable working height. Now I'm doing the compensation, which is basically the measurement of the wheel angles, and that's performed just by rolling the car forward. It's surprisingly simple to make such a delicate and precise measurement. And the one last thing to measure is the caster, which I do by turning the steering wheel left and right while following the prompts on the screen. So here's our results. We can see the camber and toe are off, those two red areas, and we'll go ahead and correct that. Now that I'm going to make adjustments, I'll put the car up higher so I can get underneath and make the adjustments more comfortably. The i3 has a multi-link rear suspension, and there's an eccentric on there that allows me to adjust the rear toe. Now that the nut is loose, I can actually go ahead and adjust the eccentric with a wrench. And I'm going to look over at this remote screen because the main screen is hard to see from under the car. And as I adjust, you can see that number on the left, 8163. It's quickly adjusting and correcting as I turn that eccentric and get the toe to the proper setting. As an additional indicator, you can see the little bar below the number, and when that's green, it's correct, and when it's red, it's not. So that helps to kind of glance over and see if you're in the right spot. And now that I have the adjustment correct, I'll just lock it down by tightening that nut. So now the rear wheels are all straight and correctly adjusted. I'm going to move on to the front wheels. And up front, we just have to adjust the toe, so that'll be pretty easy. We're almost done here. This system's a little unique. It's got locking bolt. At least it's not what I'm used to seeing with all the Japanese cars I work on. Once I loosen that locking bolt, I'll turn the tie rod. So here I am loosening the locking bolt, and that'll free up that clamp and allow me to turn the tie rod itself and adjust the toe. So now I'm turning the tie rod, and that adjusts the toe. It's really easy to see the screen, so I can just turn it and stop when it gets green, meaning the toe is properly adjusted. And on to the other side, same deal, turning the tie rod and watching the screen. I'll get it right to the green, and then I'll stop there. All right, this alignment is done. I pulled the car off the rack. We went on a test drive, drove nice and straight. You could let go of the steering wheel, no pull. And then the owner reported back later that he really enjoyed the alignment and it much improved the driving feel of the car.